Hello again, everybody. This is Pastor Tony bringing you today's Word in Season. Word of encouragement for you as we're going through this little situation right here. And yes, it will come to pass. I just want to remind you about that. And while we're looking at this and any other thing going on in our life, any other season like this in our life, we have to keep our eyes focused and fixed on the finished work of Jesus and what His finished work opened up positively and how it affects our life and makes an impact on our life on a daily basis. And so that's really what we're looking at this week, is really looking at new covenant realities, new covenant benefits that are going to directly impact your life. And just because we're going through a crisis right now nationally, actually globally, that doesn't mean that the finished work of Jesus is put on the sideline. No, we need to put that directly front and center of everything that we're thinking, our perspective, everything we're doing. And keep in mind that what Jesus did 2,000 years ago overcame coronavirus. It overcame every situation economically and everything else that's a fallout from this problem we're going through. But I want to look at Hebrews chapter 6 today. Hebrews chapter 6, just a couple of verses here for our encouragement. But verse 13 and 14 reads, "For when God made a promise to Abraham, because he could swear by no one greater, he swore by himself." So again, we're talking about a covenant oath, not just a promise, but a sworn oath under a covenant. Those cannot be altered or changed at all. And God made that sworn oath to Abraham, and we're part of that Abrahamic covenant. Actually, the new covenant includes everything the Abrahamic covenant had, plus some, all right? But verse 14 saying, "Surely blessing I will bless you, and in multiplying I will multiply you." Notice that word surely right there. God didn't say maybe. He didn't say, well, we'll see. He said surely. In other words, His sworn oath, it has a surely at the very beginning. This is a sure thing, without a doubt, without any question at all. No matter what anybody else says, no matter what it looks like, this is a sure promise, a sure reality under this new covenant. He said, "Surely blessing I will bless you." Now see, He told that to Abraham under that first covenant. Abraham began to take that to heart and began to practice that and began to exercise faith with it. And I tell you, his life was impacted all around. Spirit, soul, body, his family, everything. Every promise from God began to come to pass in his life because of that overall covering blessing that God pronounced over Abraham. Now, blessing is not just, somebody sneezes, and we surely don't want to do that today. But if somebody sneezes, you don't say, well, just bless you. That's kind of weak. That's a weak interpretation of a covenant blessing. Blessing actually means God's empowerment on our life to succeed and prosper in any and every endeavor. And really, I'll add this to it, under any and every circumstance. It doesn't matter what kind of circumstance it is, because God's blessing is going to work, and it's going to be effective, and it's going to have a positive impact on our life, even in the middle of the bleakest and the worst of circumstances and bad reports. And see, that's what we need to understand about this covenant blessing, that is for today. This is for the right now. Now, as we're going through this, as you hear bad reports, you need to negate those by declaring the blessing of God by faith over your life. Declare the blessing of God over your family, over your health, over your physical body, over your economics, over the national economic scene. Begin to invoke that covenant blessing. See, that is, again, an overall covering blessing, and we have God standing behind that with the resources of heaven, with the power of heaven, with the strength of heaven, in order to bring that to pass. And whatever needs to be changed to line up with that blessing will be changed, because we know that the same God who promised it, swore it with an oath, is backing it up with His power, ability, resources, and strength. So, when we're facing mountains, when we're facing difficulties, you may have symptoms in your body. May not be this coronavirus, may be something else, or allergies this time of year. But see, you can declare the blessing and allow the blessing to be invoked in your situation, in your life, and it will begin to change your circumstances to line up with that. See, that is what walking by faith and not by sight is all about. And that's what part of being in the new covenant is all about. That's a benefit of this new covenant. And you say, well, I hope that happens. No, we're not wishing. We're not just stabbing in the dark. We have a God-sure word on it, sealed in the blood of Jesus, established on the finished work. And it said, surely in blessing I will bless you, and in multiplying I will multiply you. Just like it worked for Abraham, how much more surely will it work for us, sons and daughters of God, heirs of God, joint heirs with Christ, who have been washed and cleansed in the blood of Jesus. I tell you, that's good news. Good word of encouragement today. If you're looking at circumstances, speak the word over it, speak the covenant blessing over it, and watch things begin to change in your life. Well, until tomorrow, be blessed, be encouraged, be strengthened. We'll see you tomorrow.